important topic today. There's a crazy story out of New Jersey where the military showed up on a mom's doorstep asking about a Facebook post. So, without further ado, let's get into the story. Here's the footage from Tucker Carlson. I'm not a big Fox News guys. You know, I'm not a big Fox News guy, but they do have a video about this, so we're gonna go and do that. So let's get into this.
So a few days ago, a mother in New Jersey called Angela Redding found out that her child's elementary school was advertising something called pansexuality. And she thought this seems a little much for an elementary school, so she complained about it on Facebook. What happened next didn't used to happen in this country. It never should. And we only know about it because of a Substack called Chaos and Control, which broke the story. And as we read it, we thought this can't be real, but it is. So in response to Angela Redding's post, out of the blue, an Army officer at Joint Base MDL, is a nearby military base, called Angela Redding an extremist on Facebook. That officer is called Lieutenant Colonel Christopher Schilling. Schilling then wrote on Facebook that, quote, the Joint Base leadership have had the security forces working with multiple state and local law enforcement agencies to monitor this situation. What? So the military responded to a mom in an elementary school complaining about the sexualization of her own child? That's warranted a military response under Joe Biden? Apparently it did. Then shortly after, the chief of the North Hanover Police Department, Robert Duff, pressured Redding to delete her Facebook post. Let that sink in. The police and the military got involved because a mom wrote something on Facebook they didn't like. Today, Joint Base MDL confirmed to this show that they, quote, notified law enforcement of the social media exchange, which is common information sharing practice among law enforcement agencies. Except, wait a second, a military base is not a, quote, law enforcement agency. The purpose of the military is to defend us from foreign enemies, not to police our Facebook posts. This is mind-boggling, and we pray someone does something about it. Angela Redding is the mother who wrote that Facebook post that the military shut down. She joins us tonight. Angela, thank you so much for being brave enough to come on. Were you a little surprised that the U.S. military weighed in on your Facebook post?
I was more than surprised. I was scared. I actually pulled my kids from school the day I found out. It was mind-boggling, and I was worried for them. When the U.S. military comes after you for simply raising concern about a public poster that is widely available for all to see, it's mind-boggling, as you said.
And just to be clear, you weren't threatening war. You didn't threaten to use nuclear weapons against the school, correct?
No, actually, my post was really moderate. It essentially said that I didn't think my 7-year-old was age appropriate to be exposed to words such as polysexual and pansexual. I said that all people are deserving of love and respect. That my post was very explicit about that, and still it prompted this response, and it is really scary that in this country we can't have a right to speak and raise concerns about our public education system.
Now, you live in an area with a lot of military families. I know. I think your children's school has a lot of military families in it. I mean, doubtless you respect the military because almost all Americans do. Did you know that they were reading your Facebook posts?
I did not, and I actually want to be really explicit. I believe that our military personnel deserve the utmost love, admiration, and respect.
Yes.
I'm a daughter of a veteran. I live in a community with military, and these are phenomenal families. Our school district is phenomenal. The teachers in our school district are phenomenal. I think this is a rogue actor, a bad faith actor, and I don't think that we need to implicate the entire population. But I did not think that the military was monitoring mom's Facebook post. No, I did not.
No, and you would hope that Lieutenant Colonel Schilling would be removed from his command tonight, and we'll be seeing if he is. What was the role of the police chief? Can you just tell us that quickly?
Yeah, so I actually got a call from the admin of the Facebook group. Again, this is kind of ridiculous. We're talking about this. It's a parents group that I posted on. I got a call from the admin of the Facebook group saying that the police chief contacted her to say that my post should come down. And she said, "What do you think?" I said, "Well, I don't want Homeland Security coming after me. Take the post down. Like, I don't want to be dealing with this." So I agreed that the post could come down. I then contacted the police chief directly and reminded him of the First Amendment. and that we shouldn't be utilizing government resources and our positions to pressure individuals to take down Facebook posts. And I also, shared with him the post that he had already seen. There was nothing wrong. It didn't violate any law. It didn't violate any Facebook rule whatsoever. So that's how that all happened. And, we're here today.
I hope Chief Huff is relieved of his post immediately too, because I've never heard anything like this, and I hope I never hear it again. But I appreciate your telling us about it. Angela Redding, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Subscribe to the Fox News YouTube.
Don't do that. Don't subscribe to Fox. All right, so number one, good morning. Good morning, freedom fighters. How are you today? I'm happy everybody's here. What a fucking crazy story. You hear this? The military and police are showing up at people's doorsteps in New Jersey to tell them to take Facebook posts down. So are you going to show up at my house now? Because I put that story up? Come over to my house so I can live stream your corruption. Please. Please do it. Please. Because we all know you're corrupt. And now we see it. Now people are starting to get people at their house from the military. Why? Because they don't like your fucking Facebook post? It's the First Amendment. You got to learn to live with it. Don't write it in our fucking history if you don't want us to use it. These assholes, man, they want to start trying to control what we can say and do. And they've been doing it for a long time. And America really needs to wake up. This is bullshit. Now what? I'm going to keep my window open here so I could wait for the police chief to show up at my house and tell me I'm not allowed to YouTube about this. Hey, guys. Good morning, freedom fighters. Kim Maxwell, Freedom 2A, Dacia, Basehead, Sherry, Birdie. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for coming in. We're just getting into it today. I woke up, I was going through my feed, and I'm like, man, this is some crazy shit I just saw. So before I even got on here, I went on Messenger, and I tried to get in touch with Angela, the woman who actually is going through this situation, who was on there. I'm trying to get in touch with her. I would love to do an interview with you, Angela. I'd love to come down and hear your story, maybe live stream an event, a board meeting or something you're going to. I think a lot more people need to hear your story. So that's why I'm doing this. I know it's on YouTube, it's on Fox News, but this is where it gets out to the freedom fighters right here. People like Angela going to bat for us, all right? She's going up against the government straight up, doesn't want to go fight the military. She's a housewife, or not a housewife, but she's a mom of an elementary school kid, and she just wants to be a normal person in the world. If you go on her Facebook page, you'll see she's been fighting for freedom for quite a while, and I think that's what really triggered the response from the military and the police department, is because this isn't like a one-time event for Angela. She's been talking about this for a little bit on her page apparently, and good for her. Good for her. I hope you get somewhere with it, Angela. It's going to take a lot more people like you to stand up to the government and show the rest of us, what we can do to regain our freedoms of speech, and if necessary, our second and subsequent amendments. But what I'm thinking of right now is I want to trigger a response from the police department. So does everybody that posts about this have a visit from the military? I would love to. I would love to have that interview on a live stream where we get to interview the military on how they're overreaching into our personal lives and our personal statements that we believe in online. So I'd love to have that interview. If you guys would love to bless me with that interview, come on over here and we can do it live on YouTube, because I stand with Angela. I stand with the rest of the freedom fighters. Everybody's fighting at the school board meetings. I stand with you. There's no goddamn reason why you should be teaching 6-7-year-olds what a pansexual is. They don't need to know about sex at all at that age. Let them be fucking kids. We don't need we don't need adults in third grade. We need kids. We need them to use their imagination and just be children. And it's our job as parents in order to fight for that, because they can't fight for themselves. So, like we'll switch this because we're about the kids today. And it's not just hands off our kids physically. It's mentally, emotionally. Don't try to single our kids out because they said their mom doesn't want them to learn that or something. You're going to single our children out in school. You're going to make them outcasts because they don't believe in the same corrupt curriculum that you're trying to push down their fucking throats. Don't do that because the parents have more power than you think they do. And we will come out and we'll fight for these goddamn kids every day if we have to. I don't have a problem with it. I'll be more than happy to come out there and help do it. You let me know where to stand with my camera. You let me know what sign to hold. Whatever you want. I'll help. Let's go. So I was going to do the panel, but I jacked it up. And I didn't do it right. I didn't start the live right. But I just wanted to get in here and show you guys a little of what's going on in New Jersey. Because the news, like Fox News has it on, but you're not going to hear that story all over the news channels at all. They're not going to broadcast that everywhere. You know why? Because they don't want you to know that the military's watching you and they're going to come to your house over a Facebook post. They don't want you to know that. They want you to stay ignorant. They want you to be like, oh, well, I could type what I want. You're not allowed to. Your First Amendment right stops where Facebook policies start. So if it's the same thing as TikTok and Twitter and all that other shit, it's all controlled. It's all watched over. They're watching this. Good. Watch it. This right here is what we're fighting for. Freedom. Right there. See that American flag? I'll die protecting that. I'll fucking die protecting that. I took an oath when I was 17 years old, in Fort Hamilton, and I will not forget that oath. So, push it to the limit. Let's push it. Let's push it. Because I don't give a shit anymore. Put me in the gulag. I don't give a fuck. I'll go out fighting. I know that. I know that. Come to my house over a YouTube video, military. Come on, police. Come tell me how I'm not allowed to say anything I want to say on here. Said nothing illegal, right? But I did put her story up. Does that mean they're going to come here now? Because we brought attention to it? Go ahead. Come on over. Come on over. I know there's a lot more people out here that would come out for me too. So come on over. If my camera goes down, there's going to be 30, 40, 50 other cameras in this parking lot recording. So the story will come out no matter what you guys try to do and hide. They all know me around here. They'll videotape it. No problem. Oh, the story. Do we want to see the story again? For those of you who just got here, I know there's 36 people in the room. Red Squirrel Jr., Kim, Perspective of a Trucker. Thank you guys all for coming in. I appreciate you. I'm going to throw the story back up again real quick. Just so we can get a better understanding for the people who just got here. What we have is this, it's just a mom of an elementary school kid, like you guys at home, just a mom, just a person watching on the internet, someone pissed off, might make a couple posts on Facebook, just a mom. She's not a terrorist. She's not a right-winger. She's not any of that stuff. She's not a Proud Boy. She's not going after the pedos. She's not doing nothing. All she's saying is, don't teach my kid this shit at such an early age. Why do they learn this stuff now? Why are they trying to push it down our throats? Here we go.
So a few days ago, a mother in New Jersey called Angela Redding found out that her child's elementary school was advertising something called pansexuality. And she thought this seems a little much for an elementary school, so she complained about it on Facebook. What happened next didn't used to happen in this country and never should. And we only know about it because of a Substack called Chaos and Control, which broke the story. And as we read it, we thought this can't be real, but it is. So in response to Angela Redding's post, out of the blue, an Army officer at Joint Base MDL, it's a nearby military base, called Angela Redding an extremist on Facebook. That officer is called Lieutenant Colonel Christopher Schilling. Schilling then wrote on Facebook that, quote, the Joint Base leadership have had the security forces working with multiple state and local law enforcement agencies to monitor this situation. What? So the military responded to a mom in an elementary school complaining about the sexualization of her own child? That's warranted a military response under Joe Biden? Then shortly after, the chief of the North Hanover Police Department, Robert Duff, pressured Redding to delete her Facebook post. But the police and the military got involved because a mom wrote something on Facebook they didn't like. Today, Joint Base MDL confirmed to the show that they, quote, notified law enforcement of the social media exchange, which is common information sharing practice among law enforcement agencies. Except, wait a second, a military base is not a, quote, law enforcement agency. The purpose of the military is to defend us from foreign enemies, not to police our Facebook posts. This is mind-boggling, and we pray someone does something about it. Angela Redding is the mother who wrote that Facebook post that the military shut down. She joins us tonight. Angela, thank you so much for being brave enough to come on. Were you a little surprised that the U.S. military weighed in on your Facebook post?
I was more than surprised. I was scared. I actually pulled my kids from school the day I found out. It was mind-boggling, and I was worried for them. When the U.S. military comes after you for simply raising concern about a public poster that is widely available for all to see, it's mind-boggling, as you said.
And just to be clear, you weren't threatening war. You didn't threaten to use nuclear weapons against the school, correct?
No, actually, my post was really moderate. It essentially said that I didn't think my 7-year-old was age appropriate to be exposed to words such as polysexual and pansexual. I said that all people are deserving of love and respect. That my post was very explicit about that. And still it prompted this response, and it is really scary that in this country we can't have a right to speak and raise concerns about our public education system.
You live in an area with a lot of military families. I know, I think your children's school has a lot of military families in it. I mean, doubtless you respect the military, because almost all Americans do. Did you know that they were reading your Facebook posts?
I did not, and I actually want to be really explicit. I believe that our military personnel deserves the utmost love, admiration, and respect. I'm a daughter of a veteran. I live in a community with military, and these are phenomenal families. Our school district is phenomenal. The teachers in our school district are phenomenal. I think this is a rogue actor, a bad faith actor, and I don't think that we need to implicate the entire population. But I did not think that the military was monitoring mom's Facebook post. No, I did not.
No, and you would hope that Lieutenant Colonel Schilling would be removed from his command tonight, and we'll be seeing if he is. What was the role of the police chief? Can you just tell us that quickly?
Yeah, so I actually got a call from the admin of the Facebook group. Again, this is kind of ridiculous. We're talking about this. It's a parents group that I posted on. I got a call from the admin of the Facebook group saying that the police chief contacted her to say that my post should come down. And she said, "What do you think?" I said, "Well, I don't want Homeland Security coming after me. Take the post down. Like, I don't want to be dealing with this." So I agreed that the post could come down. I then contacted the police chief directly and reminded him of the First Amendment and that we shouldn't be utilizing government resources and our positions to pressure individuals to take down Facebook posts. And I also, shared with him the post that he had already seen. There was nothing wrong. It didn't violate any law, didn't violate any Facebook rule whatsoever. So that's how that all happened. And, we're here today.
I hope Chief Huff is relieved of his post immediately, too, because I've never heard anything like this, and I hope I never hear it again. But I appreciate your telling us about it. Angela Redding, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Subscribe to the Fox.
Don't subscribe to Fox News. All right. So that's Angela Redding, guys. Angela Redding is a freedom fighter. Like Red Squirrel Jr. said, that stuff should be done in middle and high school, okay? Why are you trying to sexualize our children at such a young age? Really, start thinking about your priorities in schools. Teaching the school curriculum should be filling our kids' heads with knowledge, not trying to decipher what you are right now. You're a kid. Be a kid. Have an imagination. You want to be a pogo stick? Pretend you're a pogo stick. Bounce around. Whatever you want to do. That's cool. But don't, there's a difference in life, guys. There's a difference in life. You can be any sexuality you want. That's cool. You don't develop that mentally, emotionally, until you're older. You naturally develop these things. You start to recognize girls. You're like, oh, man, look at that over there. Why do I have these weird feelings? You know, you go through puberty, things like that. Why are we hitting our kids with sexuality before they're even getting near puberty? Why? They're not even thinking about that shit yet. They're watching fucking Teletubbies and goddamn Paw Patrol and shit on TV. They're not thinking about, you know, Dora banging fucking Handy Manny. So why are we teaching the kids this? Why are we teaching them the differences yet? Let them be kids. Stop fucking with our kids, man. Really gets me pissed off. Shouldn't have to fucking tell these kids what this shit is yet at all. It's getting to the point where how much they're trying to reach into our lives like this, so they make us distracted. We're fighting against the school system instead of fighting against the government. When really it's the government making the school system do it. Ask the teachers. Ask the Board of Education. I have. And they keep telling me, lobby for local control. Local control. Take control of your fucking school board. You got to get in here through the state, guys. You can't just sit back and be like, this shit will fix itself. It's not going to fix itself. If you have a problem with something, the only thing you can do nowadays is get the fuck up and do something about it. Sitting home bitching about it like I'm doing right now isn't really going to do anything. But thank God there's 31 other people in here that can hear this story, and then you could share it with some other people, and they could share it with some other people. And did you hear what happened? It wasn't a rumor that this happened. The mother's on here telling you exactly what happened. The police contacted her Facebook post, the community post, whatever, the admin for the group, and then they contacted her, and then the chief and the military and all these people were involved. For what? It's a fucking Facebook post. Get over it, man. We're allowed to post whatever we want. If we want to post a picture of Joe Biden with a dildo in his mouth, we can do that. We're allowed to. If you don't like it, that's tough shit. You got to deal with it. If you don't want to see it, hit the X button. Get out of it. Don't look at it. You have that option. That's like when you go out into public, right? And you see a car that's disgusting. Do you go up to the owner and you're like, wow, you have a disgusting car? No, you keep your fucking mouth shut and you keep driving. Because you don't do that shit in public. Why do you do it here? Why do you do it online? Why does everyone get to do whatever they want, say whatever they want, right? And then when they're in public, they don't say anything. They don't say nothing. Yes, they don't go to the school board meetings. They don't come to rallies. They don't do shit. It's getting me pissed off. You want to do something, come out. Change it. Change it. I mean, I'm getting more involved. I'm trying to contact more people that are involved with school board meetings and speakers, like Ian Smith from Attila's Gym down in Jersey, in Belmar, who started this whole thing for me in Jersey. And then you have, Angela Redding, who was just on here. I'm trying to get an interview with her. It'd be great if I can go and catch some of her stuff at her events that she's going to be going to. Because we know that once you poke the bear is going to come out and bite. So now they poked her. So now she's going to come out and be harder. I know she is. I hope she is. Use this momentum you got, Angela, to keep this ball rolling. Because everyone should hear about it. There's no reason why the military and police are getting involved for a passive-aggressive post. It wasn't even like something serious. She didn't say, I'm going to take out the school board or I'm going to do something bad. She didn't say any of that. In fact, she didn't say anything violent at all. All she was doing was expressing her opinion, which you're not allowed to do in the United States of America anymore, apparently. You have to conform, and you have to listen, and you have to be docile, or they're going to come knock on your door and try to intimidate you. Trying to get her to take a post now. Why don't they just use their government magic and fucking make it disappear? Make it disappear like everything else. Anything else you don't like, you make it disappear. Hunter Biden's laptop. What the fuck is on it? Where is the Epstein list? Come on, guys. This is what they do, man. They distract you with some bullshit, and then they fucking bury everything else that they were talking about, that they got caught for. We're never getting answers. Never going to get fucking answers. That's the way I feel about it. We got to go and get our answers. That's where it goes. That's what we have to do. Literally stand the fuck up and do something. That's where I'm at now. That's where I'm at. I'm down to, they've taken so much from me. They've silenced me. Facebook's fucked. I haven't been on Facebook in 2 years. I started 2 groups on Facebook in 2019. I started small business. What? God damn it.
Small business owners.
I don't know. I started these 2 groups. And now I can't remember it because I was ranting about the school thing. Anyway, I started 2 groups on Facebook. Then I went to helped throw the first rally about the small businesses in New Jersey after Ian Smith's whole extravaganza with Attila's Gym. So then I started speaking, all this stuff. Facebook took all my shit down. Buried me. Would not let me put anything up. So then I started trolling Mark Zuckerberg, and I got banned for life. Because I put a picture of his wife with some things sticking out of her mouth. Fuck you, Mark Zuckerberg. Your platform sucks. You're like Nazis. You don't let anybody say anything they want. It's just fucked up, man. I don't think we should support any of the platforms anymore, even YouTube. I don't even think we should support YouTube anymore. Maybe we should just stop. We should just pull out, unsubscribe, unregister, get everything knocked off your computers and tablets and laptops. Fuck them. Let's do like the great reset for the internet. How much money they make if their ads ain't playing? How much money they make if people ain't watching? Stock's going to go down. It's going to get a little scary. Nobody will do it. I'm just saying, though, there's one. We all know that if the truck stopped all at the same time for a week, it would absolutely reset every fucking thing in America. The trucks. The truckers. Drop it. They would drop everything. They'd be like, all right, hands in the air. Truckers, you got us. What do we got to do? Look at the trains. The train strike. You guys don't hear about that, right? It's going on right now in New Jersey. Train strike. I should go cover that. We should go over there, and we should go over to see the immigrant camps that they got too. But there's so much shit going on behind closed doors, and they're keeping your eyes covered with all this other bullshit, keeping your heads filled with fighting with each other. I don't like your opinion. Wah! Now they'll send the military to your house, allegedly. This is what happens. We just watched it. So what do we do from here? Right? Get up and do something. Start attending these meetings, these school board meetings. Go stand outside the school board itself and protest it. You have the right. There's an easement between the road and their property. Not to mention, if it's the school board, public property. Taxpayers pay for it, right? Use your rights. Get your voice out there. Be heard. What other time in our history are we going to have time to change this right now than right now? You're going to wait another month or two until there's like 2 feet of snow on the ground and the oil trucks can't get to your house to fill your tank up for $11 a gallon? We're going to wait till then? It's population control, guys. This is how they fuck with us, you know? They push us and push us and push us. So what they're going to do is push us till we got nothing. And we have to go, please, government, save us. Help us, government. Bail us out. We need money. Give us money because we don't have money. You took away our jobs. You took away our freedoms. Give me something in return, right? Everyone took that check. How did it help us? Didn't help us. Everyone went out and bought brand new shit. All they did was buy brand new shit. Every fucking garbage you drove by after those checks started going out was TVs, Xboxes, PS3s, fucking brand new headphones and laptops. And these motherfuckers didn't invest that money back into anything other than commodities, materialistic things, egos. You got drug dealers receiving state checks, right? Going out buying brand new fucking cars. Meanwhile, the guys that work, the blue collar guys that don't want that fucking handout, that want to go to work every day and just do their job, be a productive member of society. Those guys got fucked the worst. Those are those small business owners that I was fighting for, like me. Because when the C word hit in New Jersey, what they did was they shut everybody down. Not Walmart. Didn't shut Walmart down. Didn't shut Home Depot down. Those are necessities. You have to be able to go there and buy your screws and, your flip-flops and shit like that. But, little Sally's corner store had to be closed down. If you didn't wear your face diaper, they would arrest you and fine you. They would kick you out of public places that everyone goes to shop, like, your supermarkets, libraries, everywhere. They just kick you out. You're not allowed to be here without that on because this doesn't work, but we're going to make you wear it because if you don't, we have something else to punish you for now. Yeah, it is. Kim Maxwell understands. It is about control, and it's about pockets and filling those pockets. We got to keep money rolling. Who was in the best interest in that situation? Who would they keep open? Big corporates, right? Big corporate companies. Didn't shut that down. All these hospitals getting all these grants for all this money, right? For what? Respirators? Putting people on the machine and watching them go slowly. That's what happened. You guys forget the nursing homes, the bodies stacked up outside. These are facts. This is what happened to us. And look at us now. A couple years later, we're fucking forgetting. What is this, 9/11 all over again? We're super fucking patriotic, fuck everything one day, and then the next day we forgot about it. Where's all the flags outside for the fallen, for the 13? What about that? Bailing out of Afghanistan and leaving billions of dollars in equipment and weapons with them. Forgot about that. Why? Because something else came up, right? Another scandal. Some more bullshit. Voter fraud. Blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, none of these problems ever got fixed. Nothing ever got fixed. Still no answers. Still no answers. And whose interest is it in? The best interest of what? The government, right? Because if they get found out for doing some shady shit, no one will ever trust them again. Not like half of us do anyway. It is. It's all manipulation. Get the public to be docile and listen to us and need us. That's their plan. And once they got us, they can do whatever they want. It'll be a hostile takeover. It would be. That by the government to us, not us to the government. I'm not saying go do some insurrection shit. I'm saying the government would use hostile tactics against us, against their own people. They would. They've been doing it. You've been living through it for the last 2-3 years here. So why do they get away with it? Why do we allow them to get away with this? Why is it okay for a police officer to come knock on a door about a Facebook post that's not violent, not terroristic, nothing to indicate that person's going to harm anybody? But you have the audacity to show up on a mom's doorstep and be like, you have to take that post down because we don't like your words? When the fuck did the police department and the military get so fucking sensitive? Grow a set of balls. People say shit you don't like every day. People say shit every day. What are you going to do? You're going to punish all of us? See, Shadow War Child, it should concern all of us. It's a New Jersey mom. That's it. It's not an activist for the right or an activist for the left. This woman's like in the middle, just wants to stay out of a lot of shit, wants what her values are to be carried into that school. Now, the school system has an obligation to fulfill, and one of them is to uphold people's personal beliefs, personal religions, personal choices. That's what you have to abide by. So what they're doing is they're saying that, for instance, if they don't want their children to learn about homosexuality because their religion says that's a sin, guess what? You have to be like, okay, you have to have enough respect for not only that group, but all the other groups, right? For or against it. You have to have enough respect for everybody to keep that zone neutral. You keep it neutral by not bringing it up. How do you keep racism out of the classroom? Don't tell kids there's racism. Don't tell them that there's a difference between you and that black kid over there, or you and that Asian kid over there. Don't let them tell you there's a difference. Why are they telling kids there's a difference? We're all fucking human beings. Racism starts where you start telling kids that they're different from other kids. They're not different from other kids. They're just kids. There's nothing holding them back at that point in life. Only themselves or their parents. Their kids. They don't know that there's a difference between colors and regions in the United States or the world. They don't know there's a difference. We're telling them there's a difference. When I used to bring my child to the playground, not only did I encourage him to hang out with other races or other ethnicities, I encouraged him to hang out with special education kids, like with Down syndrome or maybe in a wheelchair or anything. Play with them too. Everyone is fucking equal on this planet. When you think you're above another person, you're the biggest piece of shit. I refuse to let racism live in this country. I refuse to let our children be attacked in the classroom. I'm not going to sit here and just say nothing. Now that I have the channel, I'm going to get out and I'm going to say something to everybody. And hopefully you guys get motivated to get out there and say something to the next person. When you go into a 7-Eleven later to go get your cigarettes and you're like, man, and then the clerk's like, what's up? And you're like, man, that Jersey J, man, he really brought up a good topic today about the school system. They'll be like, what? What's going on? And then you tell them, that's how we spread this. That's how we spread the word, man. Can't just sit home and do nothing about it. If you have a voice, use it. If you're a teacher or you're a principal or you're in the school system at all and you have a voice and you can change this, change it. Keep the schools neutral. Keep them neutral. You took God out. God could be different for anybody. You could pray to God in any way you want. You don't have to pray to God. You can believe there's no God. Good. But to take it out completely and say that you're not allowed to practice your religion, you're not allowed to pray, you're not allowed to do this, who says? Who says? I went to school where Muslims were allowed to take a break during their prayer time, and they would go to a room and they would pray and then come back. They were allowed to do that. If Catholics or Christians wanted to pray before they ate at lunch, they were allowed to do that. They were allowed to express themselves. I don't know what the deal is anymore. I know that they're not telling you about God in school. They're telling you there's different religions. They're not telling you that wars have been fought over religions. They're telling you that countries didn't like countries. Well, it all started with religions. You believed in something different than me. I pray to one God, you pray to 8 gods. You still bleed red? Are you still a squishy sack of muscles and bones like the rest of us? So the racism starts when you start telling people there's a difference, because there is none. You're allowed to have different opinions. You're allowed to have different views on religions and things like that. So why is there a government? Why is there someone above us telling us what we're allowed to believe in, what we're allowed to choose to do with our bodies, what we're allowed to have our children here? Why are they telling us what we're doing? Why is it that moms have to be scared to post something on Facebook now? I say, every one of you moms out there, get online today and post her story. See if the cops show up at your house. See if the military shows up at your house. Pull the trigger on it. Call their bluff. Call their bluff, guys. The shit that we do in Red's chat, that little army, right? Use that. Use that. I know all you people in that little army that's in there. Use that, guys. Use that skill that you learned to get in that room and drive that point home. Use that skill and push this shit. Push it. You care about your children, you're going to fucking stand up and do something about it. If you're watching right now and you have the ability to see what's going on in your school, go check it out. Ask to see the curriculum. See what they're teaching your kids. Look at what they're fucking doing. They're basically relying on our ignorance to what the facts are. They're relying on our laziness and our trust in the school system to do whatever they want. So basically, get off your ass. If you have a voice and you can use it, go somewhere and use it. Go stand on the corner with a sign that says "Save the Kids." Something. Someone's going to be like, what's this all about? Educate them. Bring these people to reality. Wake them up. How long has it been, man? How long do we have to sit around and wait for them to do the right thing? It's never going to happen. We didn't develop this country by sitting around and doing nothing. We fucking fought for it. And we should have fought for it every day, because every day there's an attack on our freedom. And every day we should be on guard. Every day. Got too lackadaisy. Got too lazy. We got too reliant on the goddamn government. Too much trust to let them do what's necessary for us. Look how they handled this last 2 years. They told you to put some stupid fucking piece of paper over your face and get shot up with some fucking who knows what the fuck is in it because they won't tell us. An experimental, won't tell you what's in it, right? But we have to trust you. And now what's happening? Now what's happening? What's happening? What's the real story? What's the real numbers of people we lost since this thing? What's the real numbers? Unknown causes of death. Wake the fuck up. They've been sitting here poking us and poking us and poking us and poking us just to see if we're going to move, just to see if we're going to respond. And what do? Just lay there? Poke me. Poke me. It's okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Cool. Another check. Thanks. Brand new iPhone. Hey, yeah, I got that check. You get your check? Yeah, they're poking me too. It's cool. Don't worry about it. Yeah. They'll stop. Yeah. It's only 2 weeks. Yeah. Remember when that happened? Just 2 weeks, guys. Hey, just got to get over that, through that curve, over that, around that curve. We'll be good. We'll be good. And now the same guy that was pushing this shit's on an investigation for lying to the American public about the severity of this, causing a national, international uprise. It wasn't a pandemic. It was a fucking uprise of the governments. They all said the same thing. They're like, yo, look what they're doing. Let's see if we can do that shit. Let's see if we can do that. Let's control the narrative. Yeah, let's put that, let's put all the same shit out on all the same news media stations, all the mainstream media. We'll put the same fucking story out. And I'm not joking. I'm fucking not making shit up when I say this, guys. You can look it up yourself. There are videos that put all the news channels in line with each other, and they're all saying the exact same fucking thing. And this wasn't rehearsed. Oh, because me and Jen come out with the same words at the same time all the time. But we're spinning it, right? Now it's like, now it's not the government's problem. It's one little element of something, plausible deniability. That's what it's called. They don't release documents because it incriminates people. The Jeffrey Epstein list, right? Imagine America flipping upside down because they learned their favorite person in the world was trying to fuck little kids. Imagine that. Imagine the toughest people in America finding out that their favorite actor, right, that they've been watching for 20 years, man, that guy's great. I love this guy, man. He tells all his friends, hey, man, I love this fucking guy. You ever see that movie with this guy in it? Did that cool shit? Yeah, it's my dude. Find out that he's fucking little kids. Imagine the fucking anger that's going to develop in these people when they watch their favorite action hero fucking, get accused of being on the island. Yeah, it's going to be a shit show for sure. But that's what it should be. It should be a shit show. It should turn into a crazy shit show when that list is leaked. What are the names? What are the names on the list? Why are you hiding it? Why aren't you telling the American public, the world, who the scumbags are so we could take care of it? So we could stop supporting them? Why don't we know? Why aren't you telling us? Why aren't you making it a public thing? There was an island that was dedicated to pedophilia, and they let this shit go because some of the top officials in the world go to this place and they all have fucking picnics and play with kids. And that's acceptable. That's acceptable. And you know who made it acceptable? You guys. Me. Her. Everyone outside. Everyone. We made it acceptable because we didn't do anything about it. When we had the chance, we have the chance right now to spread information around the world in seconds. But why isn't this video in the eyes of someone in Indonesia right now because YouTube doesn't want me to be out there. They shadow ban this channel. So it's up to you guys to share the shit out of it so everyone hears the truth. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, even Twitter. I mean, I've never been on Twitter. I don't fuck with Twitter. Elon Musk can own Twitter all he wants. I want to see all the information you got, Elon. Let's not play this hide and seek game. Let's not do some publicity stunt. If you're really about the freedom, if you're really about America, then just release everything you got. Show us. Show us. We're not kids. We can handle it. We'll handle it. Show us everything. Stop the show. Stop the fucking theatrics. Get this fucking drama shit out of here. Show us the facts. Stop dancing around all the fucking key points that we want to know. Stop saying that you don't know answers. When we're interviewing people in politics, right? When we're in our Supreme Court, everything like that. And we're asking these officials questions. You know, people, top-ranking military officers, doctors, lawyers, people that are running our country. Sir, in this statement that you made on April 18th, it says here that you said everyone was a terrorist who didn't wear a mask. Did you say that? Well, I don't recall. I don't know. I don't know off the top of my head. Well, we have you on tape saying it. Are you familiar with this video, sir? Well, you know what? I haven't seen that video. Why are we allowing that kind of shit to go on? Why don't we take a second, right? Be like, you know what? Time out. You're not familiar with it? Here. This is how it went right here. Pause. We're going to show you. Here. This is what it happened. Right here. See it? Now. Play. All right, we're going to go back to this now. We're going to ask you the question again. Now that you have the knowledge of what happened, would you like to elaborate on this? Why do we say, no, it's okay. Go take 6 months and figure it out. Go get rid of the documents and come back. Go change the name and the definition of gain of function research. Change the definition of gain of function research. They fucking did it. They fucking changed the definition to match their narrative and the bullshit that they wanted to fucking see on TV. And we let it happen right in front of our faces. We let it happen. Everybody got fucked up because one person died. They got choked the fuck out and thrown in the back of a cop car. And half the fucking, country flipped out and burned fucking towns down. Right? But when thousands of people die, we don't say anything? That's not an act of terrorism against the United States? It was a biological weapon. And then say that the government didn't overreact on this one. Keep in mind, I've never had a nose swab. I don't wear masks. I never got this, ever. Nothing. Pure blood, baby. Never got sick for it either. And look, I had a lung collapse, a spontaneous pneumothorax, it's called. My lung just dropped out because of my body size one day, right? Probably wasn't taking care of myself either. Lung dropped out, okay? I have AFib. So my heart doesn't beat like everybody else's. It fucks up sometimes, all right? So with these ailments, I'm like top of the tier. I should fucking die from this stuff. I'm the most susceptible person on earth. If I catch it, I'll end up hospitalized and they'll be jabbing me with shit and putting me on respirators and I'll be fucking like the poster child for this shit, right? Not sick. Survived the whole thing without ever doing anything. Nothing. I was around tens of thousands of people in the last 7 months. We're all alive. We're all alive. Maybe not all of us. I know there's a couple people out there, rest in peace, Tracy, and some other people that we lost. But for the most part, I'd say we're still up in that 99 percentile. And we're still alive. We're supposed to be dead. That's what they told us on TV. That's what they scared us into believing. That if we didn't go get this thing. You know how many people I meet now that had complications from this? You know how many people I meet that regret doing this? Because they don't know. Now they're scared of what's going to happen because they're watching other people's stories. They're hearing the information. They're going, what do you mean blood clot? What do you mean a 6 foot weird worm-looking clot in your body. What do you mean? How does that even happen? I'm not speaking bullshit. This stuff is really happening in the world, and they're hiding the information from you, and you should know it. And you should. And it's people like me that get punished for telling everyone about it, for telling you to look into it. Don't just believe me. Trust me. Don't just believe Jersey J. Go online, do your research. There's documents out there that have been doxed from these court cases that'll explain exactly what I'm saying. I can't say everything on here. I can't. I probably said too much. You know what? I don't fucking care anymore. We got Jersey Jen's channel. If my shit goes down, we'll go back on her channel and do these lives. We're never going to go away. I'll start another channel if I have to. We'll go to Rumble. We'll go to Twitch. We'll go to fucking, I'll go to Snapchat. I'll do snaps every fucking day and send them out to everybody. Whatever it takes. It's been how many months since the convoy started?
6 maybe.
I don't know. I've been in this fight for almost 3 years. I didn't start with the convoy. I started before it, way before it. I've been in this fight for a long time, and there's nothing that anybody's done to get rid of me yet. And there's nothing you're going to fucking do aside kill me that's going to stop me from trying to get this word out to everybody. You guys got to stand up with me.
Red says 8.
You got to stand up with me, man. You know, I don't have a group. I'm a lone wolf, man. I'm just out here. I'm out here trying to inspire people on their own level, not at a group level. You don't have to be in a group. Look at the online family we've developed in the last couple months. Look at the people that you recognize in the chat as friendlies. You know, if you go to Kim Maxwell's house in Canada, you got fucking place to stay. You know she's going to take care of you. Why? Because we've been with each other so long. We know each other now. You know what I'm saying? Not like on that personal level, but you know that person's going to fight with you. They're going to stand shoulder to shoulder with you and swing with you. Not against you. They're going to be with you. That should make you feel stronger. That should give you motivation to get out there. Go meet these people. I love when subscribers are like, stop over here. I want to hang out. I'm like, fuck yeah. I've had people stop me at gas stations and be like, Jay, I was just watching you. Literally, I was watching your video from yesterday while I was driving and I seen your car and I was like, holy crap. Get stopped on the road. I love it. I love it. I love when people recognize it because that means I've impacted somebody. Somebody's listening. Somebody hears me. And that's what we're doing this for. I didn't come in here to get into streamer wars. I didn't want to do any of this drama. None of the bullshit. I never got into this for that. If you guys ever go back, watch my original videos. Jen has original videos on the Facebook page. But we were being restreamed out of Canada. I don't have all the videos. If you go to the 420 Company, the 420 Company on YouTube, go in there, look at our original broadcast. I'm not only telling you that I have a criminal past, I'm telling you everything. I'm telling you why I'm involved, what we started out to do. You can get a whole idea. Those videos aren't on my YouTube. They're on the 420 Company's. They got saved to his channel. So go back and watch me and Jen, and you can see how we first got started in the convoy. We started all the way in New Jersey, and we convoyed all the way down, got all the way down there, and we were only supposed to be there for a couple days because we were going to go occupy D.C. I figured a week max. A week, they're going to let us sit there for a week till they arrest us or kick us out, right? So I was like, it'll be like a week. We'll pack for a week. Months later, we find ourselves sitting in a parking lot still trying to do what we originally came down to do. And at some point, that becomes disheartening. And you feel like you're just being redundant, doing the same shit every day. Wake up, eat, wave a flag. It doesn't feel effective. Didn't feel effective. You could see my personality change when I start realizing that what we're doing isn't doing anything right now. DC laughed at us. They laughed at us. They said, you're going to bring the trucks down? We're going to send like 5 cop cars out on the highway and stop you. It took 5, 6 cop cars to stop us from going to DC. Meanwhile, in the beginning of the convoy, when I first got to Hagerstown, we had police helicopters hovering over our vehicles the first couple trips around the Beltway. Did you guys know that me and Jen and our driver were the first cars to get into DC from the convoy? The first car caravan that went in? The trucks couldn't get in, but we made it in with the cars. There was like a couple of us. I think, actually, I don't want to give him credit, but I think Chris was there too. But we've been involved with this. This isn't a new thing. We didn't just want to develop a channel to try to enlighten ourselves or make ourselves better. We wanted to do it to do something, to show people out there, even if you do have a bad background, even if you have been called a drug addict or a cheater or a criminal, you can change. You don't have to be that piece of crap no more. You don't have to live like that. You don't. You can grow up. You can grow as a person. Start getting your shit straight. There's so much stuff going on in the world right now that you don't want to know. We're desensitized to it. We don't want to hear it. We block it out. You hear someone talking crap and you're in a good mood. What do? You walk away. You try to get around. You don't want to, you don't want to say something to them, but you just don't want to hear it, right? I know. But it's time. You got to say something. Say something back. Man, shut the fuck up. Why are you shitting on my day? What am I reading?
The last one.
Oh, Red was there. I'm pissed off because we're sitting here waiting. And I feel like I'm sitting here just waiting for the shit to fall. Am I alone? Because I feel like I'm at my house, when I'm not working, I'm not with the kid or whatever. When I'm at home, man, I just feel like there's more I could do. There's more. And I'm spinning wheels sitting here. Like, I feel like I can do more. I want to get out and do more. But I need the opportunities. I need the people to come out. I don't want to come out and, it's embarrassing. Like, that was embarrassing. Like, not for me, but for the trucking industry, for the supporters, for the freedom fighters. It was embarrassing when I went out to Fox News and no trucks showed up. That was embarrassing for the movement. Listen. You want to make us look good? Show up. I'll be there to videotape it. I'll be there to support it. Show up. Show up. The 10 people that show up ain't going to get it done. They're not going to get it done. We need 10,000 people to show up. Right now, trying to throw a rally with snow on the ground, when it's cold outside, forget it. Half these people don't want to leave their house when it's nice out. You're not going to get them outside in the wintertime. But we need to start doing big demonstrations. Listen, if PETA can get a bunch of people to go sit in the road and block traffic, if PETA can do that, you're telling me the American public, the freedom fighters, the actual red-blooded Americans in this country can't get their balls together a little bit and go do something productive to bring the word and awareness out about this situation? I'm telling you, man. Got to get out there. And if there's a school board meeting going on this week, what's it, Tuesday, right? Tuesday, okay. Look at your schedules, right? Every town has these schedules to tell you when, the town meeting is, school board meetings, blah, blah, blah. All of them do that, right? So all these places have this. Go there. Take a picture of it. Share it on your Facebook page. Say, everyone be here on this day at this time. If you have a fucking problem with something and you want to be heard, go there. And then when the police try to kick you guys out because you won't shut up and you won't do what they say, stand your fucking ground. All of you go down or no one goes down. We are a unit. We're all one. We are all one here. It doesn't matter if you're this side or this side. Because guess what? You're all getting fucked. Stop making it about red and blue. What is this? Goddamn Crips and Bloods? It's just people. Regular people. People that you never had a problem with till a couple years ago when your president didn't get fucking elected. Then you had a problem with it. Now everyone's against everyone. There's big conspiracies about what happened. What if we all said, None of us give a fuck about any of that. Fix the problems. We're not going to talk about any of this other shit anymore till we get the list, till we get the laptop, till we get all our answers. We're not going to indulge in this shit. We're not going to participate in the fucking experiment no more. Say it. Get out there and be vocal about it. You know why they keep doing it to us? Because no one's saying nothing. They got everyone scared to get on their channel and fucking say something about the vax. Everyone's scared to say anything on Twitter. Now what? They opened up Twitter so everybody could say what they want? Like nobody's going to get blocked again? Like you guys are all fucking safe? I'm sure Elon Musk is going to let things go about him and his family, right? You're not going to get blocked for that. It's just another puppet. It's just another puppet with a face and a name running something. And you guys want to trust it. Trust it. Go ahead. I don't trust shit no more. Prove that fucking shit to me. Prove it. Show me. Show me the facts. Show me the list. You don't want me to talk about the list no more? Show me the list. You don't want us to bring it up anymore? Show us the list. Show us the laptop. We deserve an answer. No more of this plausible deniability shit. Red brought it up in his chat the other day. E3s. An E3 in the military is a specialist, right? And a specialist has a very amazing job. They can literally do nothing or everything as quickly as possible. That guy in the video made it perfect the other day. I was going to go into it until he started playing a video, and that guy said everything I was going to try to say way better. So if you haven't already, go check that out. But the E3 Mafia, right? Mags will tell you about it. But they get away with so much stuff. And there's people in the world that are like E3s, that are like specialists in this war against us, okay? They know how to trigger people. The government's trolling us, guys. They're trolling us. They're looking at us and laughing. Look at him react. Look at him get all emotional. Look at him flip out. Oh, look, he just threatened to kill a cop. He's going to go to jail now. E4, sorry. But yeah, you know, it doesn't matter anymore what your skin color is, what religion you are, what side of the fence you fall on, what you do for a job. Doesn't matter anymore. They're coming after everybody. And it's a matter of time before they come after you next. Before you're next on the hit list. Before they go, you know what? We didn't fuck with the librarians yet. Let's fuck with the librarians. Let's take all the books about cats. Let's take all the books about cats out of the library. You're not allowed to read about cats anymore. It's illegal. You bring cats up, you go to jail. Take all the books about cats out of the fucking library. Librarian's going to get pissed off, right? They love cats. So until it affects each and every one of you, right? Each and every one of you in your own specific way. For me, it hit a long time ago. I've been fucked with by the system since I was 14. I've been fucked with by the system. They have destroyed my life. They've made it to where I look like a criminal on paper, even though I've done everything as hard as possible to stay away from the system and to be a productive member of society. But if you look me up, I'm the biggest piece of shit in the world. You guys been watching me. What do you think? Just saying. I'm the first person that will literally go to bat for any of you people in my chat. If you guys were in person in front of me and someone was harassing you or hurting you or anything, even if I don't know you, I'm the guy who says something. I'm the guy who says something because some reason my voice goes somewhere. Everyone says it. You guys recognize me by my voice. Boom. I say something to somebody and all of a sudden it triggers a response in them that's usually not triggered. I'm not going to be nice about anything I have to say. If I get involved with a situation, you've already pissed me off to the point where I got to fucking say something. I'm not going to be nice about it at that point. You know, I'm not going to be nice about what I have to say after you pissed me off. Did you go and kick a fucking rattlesnake and when it bites you, you're like, what a dickhead. Why'd it bite me? Don't go picking on people in public in front of me. Don't try to steal shit in a garbage bag and run out the door in front of me. I can't wait to put that one up. If that ever happens, I'd love it. I'd love to put that up. I want to send a message to all those thieves out there running out of stores with garbage bags full of shit. Thanks for the price hike. That's what it does. It's called shrink. When a company loses money in a product due to theft, right? That's why they have theft protection and officers that, you know, are watching you in the store, things like that. So because of that, the price increases. So now their sales have to go up. So they have to make up for that missing shit that fucking whatever his name was ran out the door with a garbage bag full. So now the price of that product goes up in that store because some asshole ran out with 32 bottles of fucking KY. Now the price goes up. And that's why you guys are paying higher prices, because we're not convicting any of these assholes for stealing shit. You could steal up to what? How much is it? Somebody will know in the chat. You can steal up to like a certain amount of money now and get away with it. You don't get charged. You don't go to jail. You know why? Because they want you out there causing chaos. They need new people to introduce to the system. So make it less of a crime to do something. $1,000, Shadow War Child says. Under $1,000, you can steal shit. So I'm going to go steal $998 worth of shit and walk out the door. My fine is going to be less than the amount of money I probably stole. How is this effective? And then at the same time, you're letting rapists, kidnappers, and murderers out on the street. Early release under conditions. Ankle monitor, whatever, right? Does that stop them from doing anything else illegal outside of the jail that they should be in? Because when you go to jail or prison, keep in mind, you go in there like you are, pure, right? I fucked up, right? I made some mistakes. Say you got caught with a bag of weed back in the day. You went to jail. You got caught with a bag of weed. You come out of jail or prison knowing about heroin, meth, crack, how to get away with a kidnapping, how to properly murder someone, get away with their body. You learn all this shit in prison, not because you want to, because these loud motherfuckers over here in the vent want to talk about it all night. So you have to hear it. You get an education in crime by going to jail and prison. They don't separate these people. If you're a piece of shit in their eyes, they put you all in one big group. So if you go to jail for your DUI like I did, you end up learning about how to make meth, or you end up learning about how to cook crack. And you learn about things that you would have never ever looked up, didn't want any involvement in, but now you have to hear it. So you go home and say you want to continue a criminal career. That one time in jail wasn't enough for you. You want to fucking repeat, right? So you do something that you heard in there. So now you heard about some guy, this is how you steal a car. So now you go steal cars because you heard about how much money you can make, and now you got a hookup in the industry. And that's how this stuff spreads. That's how. Because criminals teaching criminals how to be better criminals. And then you got to imagine these guys are going over their cases with each other. So they're telling each other, this is how I got caught. So don't ever do that. This is how they're teaching each other how to get away with it. Right in the same place you're locking them up in and letting them out on the street to teach other people now who aren't in jail the same shit they learned in jail. How does that system work? I'll just wait. I'll put a pin in that. I'll put a pin in that one. That's what I'll do. What's up, Game Dev? What's up, guys? I'm sorry. I haven't looked in the chat in a minute. Mama One's in here. We got Jack Straw. Shizzle's in the room. I think I seen Striker. Basshead. You guys are... and Ninja's here. Fuck. How did I miss all this? I don't even know what that name is. Something make... Females make eggs. Awesome. My female makes awesome eggs. I don't know. But, yeah, Jill, so we're just... This is just another rant. It's just another rant. I'm sorry. Making another rant. But I saw this story this morning. And if you guys aren't familiar with the story I had up earlier, I had my notes. A woman, a mom, an elementary. What is this? Please pin a comment about the young boy. I don't.
I know what his comment.
Maybe you can. I didn't even see it. I'm sorry, dude. Jack, I'm sorry. Things are going quick here. A Released defending a business, decided to go back to mother's country after releases it all. Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're getting in trouble in this country and you're going back to the country that was worse to come here in, that should say something. That speaks volumes. If immigrants don't even want to be in this system anymore, that's fucking up. We know what you're doing with all the immigrants coming over the border. You're giving them cell phones, you're giving them clothes, you're giving them a place to live, you're giving them everything. They're allowed to have anything walking through the door. They don't have to get checked. Medical diseases, drugs, none of that. Just, you know what? You and about 9,000 of your friends, just come on over here. Come on over. Just walk through this spot long enough till Border Patrol picks you up with a bus, brings you to a secret facility, and then gives you all of the accommodations that the American people have busted their fucking ass for. Just give it to them. They deserve it. They walked 45 minutes in the desert. Motherfucker, you better give them free cell phones. Better give them a paycheck every week. They don't have to work. They don't have to earn any of that money. Don't worry about it. As long as we get your vote this season. How's that? 10,000 new votes coming across the border every day. 10,000 new bodies packed with fucking heroin and fentanyl and meth. And tell me I'm wrong. Tell me these bodies aren't filled with shit. Tell me these kids' diapers don't have drugs in them. Because we're idiots? We don't know? Don't you think that the DEA has an obligation to fulfill? They have to make themselves relevant. So what are they going to do if the drugs stop coming over the border? They're not going to have a fucking job. Homeland Security is going to dissipate. No one's going to care because the borders are shut down. We don't have to worry about people coming through here with drugs and guns no more. But don't do that. Don't do that. Don't shut our borders down even temporarily until we get this border control thing under control, right? Don't do that. Don't even do it temporarily till we figure out a correct system in which we should abide by when accepting these immigrants into our country. I'm not saying don't come here. I'm all about it, man. Live the fucking American dream. Come over here and get raped on your fucking taxes every year. Come over here and struggle to find work because 500 of your fucking friends are here with you. What am I saying that's wrong? It's right? Aren't these facts? The tax dollars that are being taken out of your paycheck for busting your ass all week, that extra pair of shoes you could buy for your kid that they're taking out of your paycheck every week, they're going on a fee to somebody who came in this country illegally. That's who's getting the shoes. That's who's getting the food stamps. That's who's getting the shelter. That's who's taking the place of the homeless vet begging for a quarter on the side of the fucking road so we can eat something. That's who's getting the money. That's who's getting the resources. Not the guy with one arm who got blown up in a fucking Humvee crash from an IED. Not that guy. Not the guy who fucking spent 7 years of his life serving this country. Not those guys. Not those guys. Who are they? Who are they? We forget them once they fucking come home. We forget them. Those motherfuckers should be in charge of the school board. Those motherfuckers should be the ones that are running shit. The forgotten. Make them remember. Show them everything they fucking forgot. Like that guy left his arm in Afghanistan for you. They lost their friends because of you. For you. And we sit here and we pretend like this shit isn't happening? War has become normalized. Losing bodies have become normalized. We accept a certain amount of deaths for war. What the fuck? For real. We're going to sit back and be like, it's okay to expend 10,000 of our children for oil, for control over an industry. What do you guys think this is? War is money. War is a money machine. Billions and billions and billions of dollars are going overseas right now. Where the fuck is this imaginary money coming from? You know what the Federal Reserve does? Federal Reserve, which isn't part of the federal government at all. I don't know if you guys ever made that direct correlation, but the federal government has nothing to do with the Federal Reserve. It's just a name. They're like, oh, how much in debt are we? 600 something billion dollars. That's okay. You know what? We're just gonna write some more money up. Here you go. Just print some more of it. Yeah, it's endless. It's endless. Did you see how many fucking trees we got over here in this country? We're gonna have this. Some more money. Some more money. And that's what they do. That's what they do. No accountability for the money that we've spent. What do you guys think's gonna happen when our country's in a fucking national debt? And not to mention, who the fuck do we owe money to? Who do we owe money to? Who does the U.S. owe money to? Where is that debt? Who? I didn't spend $600 billion. I didn't spend this money. Why the fuck is it coming out of my paycheck? I never authorized weapons to go to Afghanistan. I never authorized weapons to go to Ukraine. I never said this shit was okay. Why the fuck you taking my money and putting it in their hands for their own fucking benefit, for their own gain? They can't even explain to you where the money's going. They're saying we're writing a check. We're just going to give it to Ukraine. We know Ukraine. Well, they're good with money. We've been sending them money for years. They know what to do with it. Here, Ukraine, take that. You do whatever you want. Don't tell us what you're doing with it. You don't have to tell us. It doesn't matter as long as the world keeps thinking that Russia's wrong. You keep doing you, boo. We got your back. In fact, as a world leader, what we're going to do is we're going to convince everybody else to have your back as well. Meanwhile, keep washing our dirty money. Keep those chemical and bioweapons being produced in your labs that are hidden over there. Go ahead. Where am I wrong? Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I don't know my shit. Tell me you can't go on the internet and find the facts out for yourself. I'm Jersey J. I'm not the fucking news. I'm just some guy with a camera. Got to do your own research. If you trust me, that's cool. But I implore all of you, go out there and do your own research. I got a notepad and a pen. Old school technology right here. You know what it does? It keeps my mind from going nuts because I want to know shit. So you got to write it down. Why are things happening in this country? Ask questions. Ask. We can't just sit back and let these fucking people do this. If you look at who owns all the major corporations in this company, there are parent groups, right? There's this parent group. Boom. And then you have all these little fingers that come down with all these other groups and other companies that this one, the big one, bought. So the big one owns Kellogg's and Hershey's and this and all those things. So it all goes back up to like a couple heads, a couple main heads. And those main heads, right? They all have backing by the government. They all have backing by through all these bills and all this shit that's being passed. They all get their money still. They all get their big bucks, their tax breaks. Their big houses, their yachts and mansions, and fucking 18-year-old stripper girlfriends when they're married. They get all that shit. What do they give back to the American public? What do they give back with their billions of dollars they got in the bank? Where are the resources they're putting in communities to help the homeless, to help the sick, right? To help the drug addicts and alcoholics? Where is it? You're going to put a building up in New York City that gives heroin addicts and meth users and drug addicts somewhere to go, that has a medical staff, so you can conveniently go there, go dose yourself with a lethal dose of fucking drugs, ride that fucking lightning all the way to the white light, right? You can die, and then they'll bring you back in the same day. No repercussions. You don't even have to fear death anymore in New York City. You go to this special get high spot over in New York. You can go into this building and they will bring you back to life if you get high too much. How is that helping the process of getting our drug addicts clean? How is getting the drugs off the street when you give them somewhere to use their drugs? How? How is it helpful? How is any of this government programs, how are these programs, progressive and moving us forward? All I see is that it's just fucking keeping us held back. It's keeping the poor poor while the rich get richer. All of us who built our businesses over the last 20, 30 years, 50 years, 100 years, our families who had an investment in their community, had that little Staples store, that little mom and pop shop, the general store. They sold everything. They kept the fucking community happy. Everyone knew each other there. Everything was awesome, right? And then what happened? Walmart moved into town. So now you got, instead of paying $5 for your flour at the general store, now you go to Walmart and get it for $2.99. Come on. Easy decision. When you control the minds, when you have commercials and subliminal messaging and things like that, when you control the minds of the public, you can change what the public is doing. So if you don't want them to go to mom and pop's general store no more, you throw a fucking Walmart in there. Make mom and pop's general store. The owners who used to own the property around the corner and that house down the street that they rented out to the people that didn't have too much money, that person now has to sell that place that they rented out for cheap to the people in the neighborhood who needed some cheap rent. They have to sell that place to pay for their bills because they don't have their business anymore because Walmart moved into town. And not only did it take them out, it took the entire storefront out. The bagel place, everybody's dead now. Killed everybody. And if it didn't kill it when the big corporate moved into town, the last couple of years did. Look at all the development and the projects that are going on in this country, right? You're not seeing little buildings be built. You're seeing warehouses for Amazon. You're seeing these big distribution centers and shit like that. You're not seeing any of these little plazas going up anymore. It's a big store, big commercial properties, millions and billions of dollars going around, contracts with the government, blah, blah, blah. And then where's mom and pop shop? Getting squeezed out. Squeezed out. Remember when there was like Shell, Sunoco, Exxon, Mobil, all this stuff? Now you got like 4 or 5 oil companies in the area. What happened to Hess? Anybody have a Hess by them? I haven't seen a Hess in New Jersey in how long? Have you seen a Hess?
No.
Goddamn years.
Didn't they get bought out?
Years. But that's the thing. All these littler companies were bought out by the bigger companies. Now all you see is these bigger companies. And it doesn't matter if it's Lukoil, right? Lukoil, the people that own Lukoil also own like Kangaroo or whatever. That's not facts. I'm just making an example. That the big parent company up here owns the little companies down here. And they all that money from the little companies all goes back up to that big company. And nobody wants to believe that there's this big corporate head that's in charge, this big talking, walking, financial machine that just sucks money up like a vacuum from all these little guys. But that's the truth. Big oil is only controlled by a couple little heads, a couple little big parent companies. The rest, all these little guys down here, they're just buying into a fucking franchise. That's all they're doing. They're smaller franchises of companies now. They're not independents. If you have an independent gas station in this country, you have a direct link to an oil company in overseas. A direct link. You're getting your oil at their price or something. Because in order to survive as a small gas station or a small service station, especially in New Jersey, right? If you're going to survive like that, you can't have your prices higher. You have to have the same price or lower. So the only way you're going to do that as a small company is to have a direct feed over there. So who are the people that are owning these small gas stations? They're not me. They're guys from Pakistan, India, Afghanistan, all these other, Uzbekistan, all these different stands. But they're not from here. And that money's not going back here. It's going back over there.
Yvette says good morning from Wisconsin.
Good morning, Yvette. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not really in the chat.
She's new.
Let me get it through here. I got Kim Maxwell, Kimmy, Game Devs in. I'm sorry, guys. Mama One. I know. I have Country Bumpkins in. I see some of this stuff, man. I appreciate the support, guys. Like, listen, I don't know. I got on here today. I was starting to talk about the schools and trying to push the agenda of all these different sexualities on our children. And listen, you get into middle school, high school, all right, we can have discussions. Now, you should make it an elective. Make it an elective, a class that you can choose, okay? You guys know what electives are, right? You go to school, you go, oh, I want to take an extra art class, wood shop, a mechanics class. Make it that. If you want to make gender studies an elective in your school, fucking do it. You have the right to do that. But you do not have the right to push an agenda on our children that we didn't ask for or have an option to give them. If you're doing it and you never gave us the option, by doing it as an elective, what you're doing is you're giving us the choice to tell our kids, hey, you could take gender studies if you want to know what a fucking pansexual is, okay? You could take that class if you want. If you don't want it, you don't have to learn it. Anyone agree with that theory? Make gender studies an elective. Make religion studies an elective. Give these kids the option to learn about it, but do it later. Not when they're 7 years old.
Like 8th grade.
Yeah, middle school, high school. Give them electives. If they want to figure out if they want to be a cat or a fucking camel or a goddamn dog or whatever animal or fucking object they want to be, awesome. Give them the class later. You don't need to do it so young.
Shadow Warchild says, or have a gender club, like AA study.
I mean, but that's the thing is like make it optional. Make it optional to learn. Okay? I didn't go to school and they started pushing gender down my throat. They didn't tell me that they didn't tell me I had a specific bathroom. I just went to the boys' bathroom because that's where guys with dicks went. That's where the guys that had a dick swinging between their legs, anatomically correct for a male human being, that's where the guys went. Because you know why? Because it's easier for a guy to whip his thing out and piss in a urinal than to sit down on a toilet. So what they did was they gave you somewhere to pull your thing out and piss in a fucking urinal instead of a toilet because we don't need to sit down to do it. That's why they gave us a bathroom. So that way your daughter didn't have to come into her own bathroom and see a dick swinging. That's why they have different bathrooms, because they kept sexuality separate in the school. They weren't pushing for you to come in there with your halter top and your brand new developed titties hanging out at 17 years old. They didn't push that. In fact, we had fucking dress codes. You couldn't wear shit like that. You couldn't wear a tank top to school. And now this is 20 years ago. 50 years ago, you had stricter rules. You had to wear a goddamn uniform. Now we have some freedom, and what we did was we opened the door to do whatever the fuck you want. Did I have a smoke? Where is that? Should be over here. Right there. Yeah. That's what we did. Homeschool is great. Listen, man, when my kid was getting remote learning from his school, it was perfect. We could see what he was doing. We were there to help him. He wasn't ignored in the classroom because he was talking too much the other day. My kid got the attention he needed to learn the material he needed through his parents, through his family. That's where he got the support. I sent my kid back to school to learn that he gets sent home from school because he was in contact with someone who may possibly have had the C word. So my kid was sent home. That's when I got involved with the school board. And then me and the school and the superintendent had an amazing conversation where we came to an agreement that this was ludicrous, what was going on. Not only was it ludicrous that was going on, that he had no control over it. The superintendent of Opakong schools told me that I need to lobby for local control. We need to take our school systems back. That's what a superintendent told me. He told me it's out of his hands when it comes to this shit. When it comes to this. It's out of his hands. How the fuck's it out of your hands? You're a superintendent in charge of the whole thing. Who's over you? Why do we put this guy in charge if someone else is running the show? That's what we got to take care of. We got to kick the government out of our fucking school systems. We know what's best for our kids, the parents. You're basically telling us we don't know how to raise our fucking children. You need to do it for us? How insulting is that, chat? You're not smart enough to make your own decisions. We're going to tell you how to do everything with your children. We're going to tell them that they need to learn about race and gender at 5 and 6 years old. Because we wouldn't teach them it. Because we don't want to pump racism and sexuality into our children. They decided it's their job to make sure they do it. Hey, you're different. You're different. You're not like them. No. Oh, you want to be a cat? Here's a litter box. Encourage it. Yeah, here, have a litter box in class. Let everybody watch you poop in fucking class. Cover it up. Yeah, you didn't cover it all the way. Do we yell at them for that? Do we discipline these kids? Like not wiping your ass, right? Not zipping up? Do we got to remind these kids they got to cover their poop in the fucking litter box? What's up, Charles? You know what I'm saying? Do we got to tell these kids it's okay to poop in a classroom in a litter box? That's what we're telling them? Not saying, hey, no. To think you're a cat when you're a human being is a mental illness. To walk around thinking you're a fucking cat when you're a human being is a mental illness. Psychiatrists got to agree with that. And if they don't, you're just playing for the wrong fucking side, man. It's all about the drugs for them. Guaranteed. For the psychiatrist, the therapist. Here, you don't feel good? Here, hold on. We can fix that. We'll just take some Xanax. Take some Olazarpan or some lithium. And just calm down. Just relax. Shh. You're talking too much. You're talking too bad about the guy. Shh. Here. What? Oh, you're stressed out? Here's a pile of drugs. If these don't work, right? If these don't work, just come back. We'll give you different ones. Oh, you got to give it time. Oh, you're depressed? You want to kill yourself because you've been taking this? Here's another drug to take so you don't kill yourself. Where's the help? Where's the sitting on the couch? Now you call the psychiatrist up and go, you don't have to fucking tell him you're having a good or bad day. I need a refill. That's what you call the fucking psychiatrist up for. I need a refill. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah, you can just call it into the local pharmacy. Yeah, I ran out about 2 hours ago. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to panic because I don't have my fucking medication. That's what we're doing nowadays. What does it do? It keeps you quiet. It shuts you up. It keeps you in this fog. It puts these blinders on you so you don't give a fuck what's going on around you as long as you're having a good day and everything's okay, man. Don't worry about anything else. And I'm going to be honest with you, right? There's some of you out there laughing right now, but keep in mind, there's a lot of the moms in this country. A lot of the moms staying home with their kids. They got babies at home. Stressful. The husband's already fucking on vacation and working and with his stripper fucking girlfriend at the hotel. So the mom's home popping Xanax. Oh, got a back problem. Here's a couple more fucking pain pills. And now what do we got? We got mom doing this all day. Dads, you too. Dads, you too. We got this shit all day. Shut up. Here. Take this. Here, shut up. Here, just take the tablet and go in the other room. Stop bothering mom. Can you believe the audacity of these children? Can you believe it? They want to fuck with me right now while I'm trying to watch this video on YouTube. This bitch. Get the fuck away from me. I watch mothers do this. And you're fucking disgusting. If you're one of those women, you're one of those fathers that when you have time to spend with your child, you're doing it on a fucking tablet or a phone. You're not doing shit with your kid. They're not learning anything from you. All they're learning is bad behavior. That's it. This is what we do now. This is what we fucking do now. This is how we teach our children. You should be using this as a parent, as a teaching tool. You should be using this as a parent to go, you know what? We're going to learn about the pyramids today. You know what? We're going to learn about the Amazon jungle today. You know what? We're going to learn about this today. Do you know that there's a Mount Everest? Do you know there's volcanoes? Do you know about earthquakes? Do you know about the weather? Do you know about math? Let's teach our kids with these things. Why are you handing it to them, letting them watch the stupidest, mindless fucking videos, right? TikTok shit, all that stuff. Mindless fucking videos of cartoon characters going, for 20 minutes straight. That's what our kids are watching. Instead of educating them, instead of actually teaching them shit, what we're doing is handing them this fucking zombie machine. Here. And then wonder why our kids don't have fucking attention spans. Because when it's time to develop this in their brains at an early age, you know what we're doing? We're telling them to be lazy and fucking sit around. That's what we're doing. So what are they going to do? Look at this little young, bratty, little fucking entitled scumbag fucking society that we got to deal with now. These little kids coming out fucking smacking people in the back of the head and running away for fucking footage. Messing with people, stealing shit. Going to these car rallies and all jumping on people's cars and shit. Destroying property. Going to Wawas and fucking breaking everything. And these big-ass groups of teenage kids. When has this become acceptable? Where the fuck are the fucking parents? It's the parents' fault. The parents should be charged with raising a shitty fucking kid. Cigarette keeps going out. The parents, when they lock these kids up for destroying property and going on tape, they're on their fucking YouTube and their platform. Look, yo, World Star. Yeah, yo, look, yo, they beating this motherfucker for no reason. Look, they're beating his ass. Yeah, World Star. Yeah. Shout out to all my peeps on TikTok. Yeah, yo. That shit's cool. That kid's parents need to be charged with raising a piece of shit. If you think that that's good behavior, if you think that's something to boast about and be proud of, piece of shit. I got my rant going again today. I'm taking a 5, and I'm going to show you guys what I've been talking about, how this all started out today. All right. This is what we were watching. I do not suggest watching Fox News. I'm just getting the information. I tried to get some contact with this woman. I'm trying to do an interview with her. I'd love to do an interview with her. But this is how it started today.
So a few days ago, a mother in New Jersey called Angela Redding found out that her child's elementary school was advertising something called pansexuality. She thought this seems a little much for elementary school, so she complained about it on Facebook. What happened next is to happen in this country it never should. And we only know about it because of a Substack called Chaos and Control, which broke the story. And as we read it, we thought this can't be real, but it is. So in response to Angela Redding's post, out of the blue, an Army officer at Joint Base MDL, a nearby military base, called Angela Redding an extremist on Facebook. That officer is called Lieutenant Colonel Christopher Schilling. Schilling then wrote on Facebook that, quote, the Joint Base leadership have had the security forces working with multiple state and local law
Game Dev
enforcement
says you can't hear
to
him.
monitor the situation. What? So the military responded to a mom in an elementary school complaining about the sexualization of her own child? That's warranted a military response under Joe Biden? Apparently it did. Then shortly after, the chief of the North Hanover Police Department, Robert Duff, pressured Redding to delete her Facebook post. Let that sink in. The police and the military got involved because a mom wrote something on Facebook they didn't like. Today, Joint Base MDL confirmed to this show that they, quote, notified law enforcement about the social media exchange, which is common information sharing practice among law enforcement agencies. Except, wait a second, a military base is not a, quote, law enforcement agency. The purpose of the military is to defend us from foreign enemies, not to police our Facebook posts. This is mind-boggling, and we pray someone does something about it. Angela Redding is the mother who wrote that Facebook post that the military shut down. She joins us tonight. Angela, thank you so much for being brave enough to come on. Were you a little surprised that the U.S. military weighed in on your Facebook post?
I was more than surprised. I was scared. I actually pulled my kids from school the day I found out. It was mind-boggling, and I was worried for them. When the U.S. military comes after you for simply raising concern about a public poster that is widely available for all to see, it's mind-boggling, as you said.
And just to be clear, you weren't threatening war. You didn't threaten to use nuclear weapons against the school, correct?
No, actually, my post was really moderate. It essentially said that I didn't think my 7-year-old was age appropriate to be exposed to words such as polysexual and pansexual. I said that all people are deserving of love and respect. That my post was very explicit about that, and still it prompted this response, and it is really scary that in this country we can't have a right to speak and raise concerns about our public education system.
You live in an area with a lot of military families. I know. I think your children's school has a lot of military families in it. I mean, doubtless you respect the military because almost all Americans do. Did you know that they're reading your Facebook posts?
I did not, and I actually want to be really explicit. I believe that our military personnel deserves the utmost love, admiration, and respect.
Yes.
I'm a daughter of a veteran. I live in a community with the military, and these are phenomenal families. Our school district is phenomenal. The teachers in our school district are phenomenal. I think this is a rogue actor, a bad faith actor, and I don't think that we need to implicate the entire population. But I did not think that the military was monitoring mom's Facebook post. No, I did not.
No, and you would hope that Lieutenant Colonel Schilling would be removed from his command tonight, and we'll be seeing if he is. What was the role of the police chief? Can you just tell us that quickly?
Yeah, so I actually got a call from the admin of the Facebook group. Again, this is kind of ridiculous. We're talking about this. It's a parents group that I posted on. I got a call from the admin of the Facebook group saying that the police chief contacted her to say that my post should come down. And she said, "What do you think?" I said, "Well, I don't want Homeland Security coming after me. Take the post down. Like, I don't want to be dealing with this." So I agreed that the post could come down. I then contacted the police chief directly and reminded him of the First Amendment and that we shouldn't be utilizing government resources and our positions to pressure individuals to take down Facebook posts. And I also, shared with him the post that he had already seen. There was nothing wrong. It didn't violate any law. It didn't violate any Facebook rule whatsoever. So that's how that all happened. And, we're here today.
I hope Chief Huff is relieved of his post immediately, too, because I've never heard anything like this, and I hope I never hear it again. But I appreciate you telling us about it. Angela Reddick, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Subscribe to the Fox News YouTube channel.
Don't subscribe. All right, so that's how we got here today. That's how we got to what we're talking about. Let me know if I have bagel on my face. Good? All right. So that's how we got to this spot right here. Lori's live. Oh well. Well, I'm going to get off anyway. I just want to let you guys know what was going on in Jersey, give you a little update. And hopefully, we don't have any more incidents like this where we got military and police coming to the house for posts. So if they are going to come, I'll go back live. Because I posted her story and she had the military show up. So I'm assuming that they're going to want me to talk to me about me putting her story about putting that stuff up. So if they do, come on over. We'll do a live. I'll do a live interview with the officers, whoever. I don't give a fuck about your threats. Come here and threaten me. Tell me you're going to throw me in jail for saying something online. I'll fight the shit out of it in court. I got good lawyers. So come on with it, baby. Till next time. I'll see you later.